science enthusiast,
And you're watching
EKP.
Talk No Post, where we break down today's latest issue, one conversation at a time.
I'm Katrina,
I'm Shin.
And I'm Nathan.
and we are your TKP production hosts.
You know how we've been into science school, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a viral video in the internet that's trending right now.
Oh wait, is this about the two men fighting about the evolutionary idea?
Yeah, is it about Charles Darwin and John Baptist Lamarck? I saw that video.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Charles Darwin's theory is correct. No. Jean-Baptist Lamarck's theory is the one that's correct. Charles Darwin is the father of evolution. No.
That's crazy. But hey, what are you guys' thoughts about this?
Personally, I believe in Charles Darwin's theory. He was called upon an evolutionary. Darwin's big idea wasn't just that species change, but how they change through a process we call natural selection. To expand, species change over time from common ancestors to inheriting advantageous variations, with individuals best suited to the environment surviving and reproducing more successfully, passing those beneficial traits to offspring, gradually leading to adaptive evolution and new species.
FYI, Charles Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection is considered correct by the scientific community because it is supported by a vast interdisciplinary body of evidence like fossil records, comparative anatomy, comparative biochemistry, and so on that has only grown stronger since it was first proposed.
True. And on the other hand, John Baptist Lamarck's theory, often called Lamarckism, was primarily incorrect because it relied on the inheritance of acquired characteristics. The idea that an organism can pass on physical changes it developed during its own lifetime to its offspring.
Oh yeah, the idea that the Russian stop managing lives, its offspring would be born with longer legs.
Nevertheless, no matter what, I still stand with Charles Darwin's idea.
Same. You know how animals can mimic and camouflage? I honestly think they have learned to adapt over time to avoid danger.
Well, so much of that. How about let's talk about biodiversity? Since it's connected to our topic. Evolution is the process, biodiversity is the result.
Quick fun fact, the biodiversity that we see today is the result of 4.5 billion years of evolution, increasingly influenced by humans.
Since biodiversity refers to the variety of life on Earth, it obviously includes species diversity, genetic diversity, and ecosystem diversity.
Genuine question, do you think biodiversity matters that much?
Why, of course! The biodiversity forms the web of life that we depend on for so many things. More than 1 billion people rely on forests for their livelihood.
In addition, it provides important adaptation functions such as buffering from climate extremes, regulating hydrological cycles, protecting soils, regulating temperatures in urban areas, reducing food insecurity, and providing options for economic diversification.
The more we study biodiversity, the more we see that all of it is important. Even bugs and bacteria we can't see or may not like the look of. Pollinators such as birds, bees, and other insects are estimated to be responsible for a third of the world's crop growth. Yan ang iwaman.
Did you even know that many of our medicines, along with other complex chemicals that we use in our daily lives, such as latex and rubber, also originates from plants? Trees and other plants clean the air we breathe and help us tackle the global challenge of climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide.
In broad terms, it means all life on Earth from microbes to rainforests and how that life interacts with each other. Essentially, it is the fabric that holds the planet and every life on it together.
Our biodiversity is indeed really important.
Yeah, that's why it's also really important for us to protect it.
For instance, replace traditional grass lawns with native plants that support local pollinators like bees and butterflies.
Practice the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Specifically, focus on reducing single-use plastics, which are major drivers of habitat degradation.
Use local, organic, and seasonal products to support farming system that respects biodiversity.
Volunteer for habitat restoration projects such as mangrove planting along coastlines or community park cleanups.
Well, I guess that's it for now for our Science Enthusiast podcast.
We really hope that you learned about origin, importance, and call to action for our biodiversity.
Once again, this is TKE, Talk Now Folks, signing out.
See you guys on our next podcast. Bye!